Hey, welcome to Fascination Station. Let's get stuck right on in. Have you ever pondered over the weight of a cloud? Well, you might be surprised at the answer. In the field of meteorology, clouds are one of the most fascinating and complex phenomena to study. Understanding their weight, however, is a surprisingly straightforward task. A cloud, though it appears light and fluffy to our eyes, can actually weigh quite a bit. Consider for a moment a typical cloud that has a volume of approximately 1 cubic kilometer. It's imperative to understand that this certainly isn't a small cloud, but rather, it's of a size that is frequently witnessed in the sky. Well, the weight of this cloud, using simple and universally scientific calculations, is roughly 1 million tons. To put that in perspective, imagine around 200,000 elephants. The cumulative weight of these elephants would equate to that of the typical cloud. Astounding, isn't it? Now let's delve a bit into the density of a cloud. It is approximately 1.003 kilograms per cubic meter, which is about 0.4% lower than the air that surrounds it. This minor difference might seem negligible, but it's actually incredibly significant. Just this slight difference in density is what enables these heavy, elephantine clouds to float effortlessly above us, adorning our skies and making us marvel at their beauty. This slight difference is what allows these heavy masses to float effortlessly in the sky. Now imagine being a giraffe in a thunderstorm. This scenario might seem far-fetched, but let's venture into the wild plains of Africa to explore the reality of these majestic creatures. Standing tall with grace and elegance, giraffes dominate the African savanna with their towering stature, which unfortunately makes them a perfect target for nature's most electrifying phenomenon, lightning. These magnificent creatures, stretching their necks high into the sky, are 30 times more likely to get struck by lightning than us humans, who walk the earth with relatively low profiles. It's an astounding fact, one that brings to life the inherent dangers they face that go beyond the common predators. Between the years of 1996 and 2010, a period of 15 years, only 5 fatal lightning strikes on giraffes were documented. This figure may seem insignificant. However, delving deeper into this statistic reveals a harsher truth. With a giraffe population count that hovered around just 140,000 during this time, a simple calculation exposes a startling fact. That's about 0.003 lightning deaths per 1,000 giraffes each year. A statistic that might not sound terrifying at first. However, when compared to the human fatality, the numbers tell a different tale. This is 30 times the equivalent fatality rate for humans, an alarming revelation about the perils these lofty creatures face. Speaking of humans, did you know that even identical twins don't have identical fingerprints? This fascinating aspect of human biology is a testament to our uniqueness. Now you might be thinking, how is this possible? Let's delve into the intriguing science behind this phenomenon. As it happens, our fingerprints are determined not only by our genetics but also by various environmental factors while we're still in the womb. Some of these factors include the length of the umbilical cord, our specific position in the womb, and the rate of finger growth. Each detail plays a distinct role in shaping our unique fingerprint pattern. Consider the umbilical cord length, for example. It impacts the blood supply and nutrition received by the subtly influencing the development of the fingers, and consequently their prints. The fetus's position in the womb also plays a role. The pressure exerted on different parts of the hands due to this position can create unique ridge patterns in the fingerprints. Lastly, the rate of finger growth can result in different fingerprint patterns even between twins. This intricate interplay of genetics and environment makes it impossible to find two individuals with identical fingerprints, not even monozygotic or identical twins. This intriguing divergence among twins has helped forensic scientists and investigators solve numerous cases over the years. So it turns out you can't blame your crimes on your twin. Environmental factors during development in the womb, such as umbilical cord length, position in the womb, and the rate of finger growth, all impact your unique fingerprint pattern. Intriguingly, our planet Earth is experiencing a gradual deceleration in its rotation. This fascinating astronomical phenomenon results in an extension of the day's length by approximately 1.8 seconds every 100 years. If we transport ourselves back to the distant past, say, around 600 million years ago, we would find an entirely different world. The Earth spun faster on its axis, and a day would have flown by in a fleeting 21 hours. Now imagine yourself standing on this ancient Earth, gazing up at a sky filled with unfamiliar constellations. The stars, too, would appear to spin faster across the sky, making for a mesmerizing celestial ballet. This world might seem alien to us, accustomed as we are to our measured pace of life. But this was the natural order of things hundreds of millions of years ago. On a different note, let's delve into the mysteries of the human brain, that intricate mass of gray matter inside our skulls. A startling and somewhat unsettling fact is that our brains are in a constant state of self-consumption. This process, called phagocytosis, entails cells enveloping and swallowing smaller cells or molecules, effectively clearing them out of the system. It may sound harmful, but in reality, it is an essential mechanism that helps in preserving the health of your gray matter. In the captivating sphere of paleontology, the largest piece of fossilized dinosaur excrement ever discovered measures over 30 centimeters long and holds a volume exceeding 2 liters. Rumored to be a relic of the mighty Tyrannosaurus rex, this fossilized dung, commonly referred to as a coprolite, is an invaluable treasure chest of knowledge. It uncovers secrets that have been buried for millions of years, preserved under layers of earth and time. This particular coprolite, larger and denser than most, magnifies the mystique of these ancient creatures. Its size and composition offer a unique glimpse into the life of a T-Rex, an apex predator that once roamed our planet. It is now at the forefront of scientific investigation, enabling researchers to deepen their comprehension of the dinosaur's dietary habits. The information derived from this coprolite aids in decoding the enigmatic puzzle of the prehistoric diet. It has opened up new avenues for scientists to explore, pushing the frontiers of our understanding about these colossal creatures that once dominated the Earth. In the vast, endless expanse of the universe, on the other hand, the average color is a hue known as cosmic latte. A 2002 study found that the blended light emanating from countless galaxies creates an average shade, a warm beige color that is remarkably close to white. On a smaller scale, animals can experience time in a way that is vastly different from humans. This is particularly true for smaller species, like salamanders and lizards. When we dive into the world of these minuscule creatures, we find that their perception of the world is fundamentally different than ours. To them, the world around them doesn't churn and change at the same pace as we perceive it. Instead, it seems to move in slow motion, almost like a languid waltz, compared to the brisk foxtrot of our human experience. Now, you might wonder why there is such a distinct difference in the perception of time. Well, it all boils down to the processing speed of the brain. In essence, the perception of time is dependent on how swiftly an animal's brain can process the influx of information it receives from its surroundings. So, for the tiny lizard, the world unfolds in slow motion because their brains process information at a more leisurely pace than that of larger animals such as cats and dogs. In a fascinating twist to our understanding of the world, the concept of wetness becomes rather elusive. Many of us would instinctively say that water is wet, wouldn't we? However, most scientists argue otherwise. They define wetness as a liquid's ability to maintain contact with a solid surface. This seemingly paradoxical understanding suggests that water in itself not innately wet, but it possesses the unique ability to make other objects wet. In terms of sheer volume, if all the world's bacteria were stacked on top of each other, they would stretch for a staggering 10 billion light years. It's hard to wrap your mind around such an astronomical figure. Our Earth, a tiny speck in the universe, is home to these minuscule organisms known as bacteria. Each of them, astonishingly small, at just 0.001 millimeters in length, have an incredible ability to multiply and proliferate. If we somehow manage to join them end to end, they would form a string long enough to wrap around our very own galaxy, the Milky Way, not just once or twice, but a mind-boggling 20,000 times. But now let's shift our focus to a different, rather surprising, health-related fact. A common accessory often seen in corporate culture has been linked with adverse health effects. We are talking about the necktie. Ties, while being a symbol of formality and professionalism, can have an unintended consequence on the wearer's health. A groundbreaking study conducted in 2018 uncovered that wearing a tie can constrict the blood flow to your brain by a significant 7.5%. This seemingly small effect can actually cause noticeable symptoms such as dizziness, nausea, and headaches. Furthermore, it can also increase the pressure in your eyes, leading to potential vision problems. And if that wasn't enough, ties can act as a carrier for germs, serving as a potential source of infection. It can also increase eye pressure and acts as a germ carrier. In a surprising twist of language, the fear of long words is known as hippopotamonstrosi-squipedaliophobia. With 36 letters, this intimidating term was coined by Horace, an illustrious Roman poet, in the 1st century BCE. Horace, renowned for his wit, used this term to critique writers who incorporated unnecessary long words that complicated their work. Now, let's talk geography. Contrary to what many believe, Mount Everest doesn't hold the title of the tallest mountain on Earth. This title goes to Mauna Kea and Mauna Loa, the twin volcanic goddesses of Hawaii. Rising a remarkable 10.2 kilometers in total, they surpass Everest's 4.6 kilometers. But here's the twist. More than kilometers of these volcanoes are hidden underwater. Next time you're gazing at the clouds, remember, they're heavier than they appear. When you spot a giraffe, bear in mind, it has a higher chance of being struck by lightning than you do. And when contemplating the tallest mountain, it's not Mount Everest. The world is bursting with astonishing facts, all waiting to be discovered. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed all the intriguing facts. Please like, share, and subscribe for more. See you, folks.